Spider-Man, Spider-Man.
So today I plan on having some fun with actor, writer, director, comedian, my friend and TV baby daddy, Dax Shepard.
I want people to love me. I want people to believe me. I want people to fear me. All these things I want from people.
Dax is also a huge car enthusiast.
The Metro, I was like, this is the worst car I could have for my ego ever to be seen in.
And I figured what better way to spend the day than going go-karting.
You won! The harder things get for me, the better I do.
I hope he can keep up with me.
About to meet up with my TV wife and real life good friend Joy Bryant. Do a little go-karting, indoor electric go-karting, which should be pretty fun. I think I should have the advantage considering she didn't learn to drive till 30 years old. If I don't beat her, I'm gonna give up on all motorsports. Minnesota Fats.
The color of my name. Are you ready to do some things?
I'm gonna do some things.
When's the last time you went go-karting?
I've never been electric go-karting.
Really? Well,
There'll be no noise. I'm prepared to fall asleep behind the wheel today.
Wait, but what's the difference between like there's electric and then regular go-karting?
Gasoline.
Oh.
This is new. This is all for the future, right?
Wow.
So.
Did you grow up doing this?
Oh my God, yeah. Go-karts?
Yeah?
Yeah.
They had go-karts in Detroit? In Detroit?
Well,
in the
funny
Motor
enough,
City?
they have like the normal go-karts in the white suburbs.
Gas.
That run correctly. And then in the city, there was one track on Gratiot where like the governors were broke. You'd be following people in oil spit. I'm not kidding, oil spitting out all over your face, but they went like twice as fast.
So is that how you your love of cars began, like go-karting and racing? Is it from
Well,
go-karts?
it began with being from Detroit, where everyone is pretty much obsessed with cars. Dukes of Hazzard. The shows I liked all had cars or trucks. Smokey and the Bandit, #1 favorite movie of all time. 77 Trans Am. Was in love with that. Even like Starsky and Hutch, didn't even like the show, but could get through it just to see the car peel out.
That car's pretty dope.
And then the Fall Guy with Colt Seavers, remember Colt Seavers? They would jump that truck once an episode. Again, I couldn't follow the plot of the crime he was solving, but I would patiently wait for him to jump that brown truck. And then my mom worked for General Motors. She started as a janitor there. My father sold cars. He was super into cars. My father wooed my mother by having a sweet car in high school.
What car was that?
He had a '68 Chevelle, white. Yeah, it was gorgeous.
Ooh.
Yeah. So between dad being a car salesman, super into cars, mom working at GM, then I had a stepdad who I just said worked at GM as an engineer. And then getting to go to the General Motors proving grounds a lot when I was a kid because my mom worked there and seeing like, you know, cars that were in development that were being engineered and seeing test tracks and hill climbs and saltwater tank tests and all these really cool, it's like an amusement park for cars there. Seeing all that stuff just got me more and more and more interested. So I'd say it all started with that. And then just in my high school, all that mattered is how fast your car was.
What kind of car did you have in high school?
I had a bunch of cars. My very first car was a '76 Pontiac Catalina that I bought on this. It's a piece of shit. It's one of the biggest cars ever made. And I bought it on the side of the road for $400 in northern Michigan.
How old were you?
I drove it home. I was 15. I didn't even have my license, but I was like, I knew I was turning 16 in a month. I was like, I can't pass up this deal. And I was on. I was with a friend going up to his cabin. Sounds so romantic when I say that. Just me and a dude in 16. Anywho, I bought this really terrible Pontiac Catalina. I had that car. Then I bought a Mustang GT, but an '84. And this
what
was
does that mean? That
was
sounds cool
older.
though. Mustangs are cool.
Oh, yeah. It was cool, but you got to consider this was '92. So the car was 8 years old. Then I started rebuilding the engine in the Mustang, which is a project I thought was gonna take a month, which took about 9 months. So then I ended up buying my brother's Geo Metro.
Oh my God, I remember those.
But the Metro, I was like, this is the worst car I could have for my ego ever to be seen in. Then I was broke as hell from 18 to 28. I was living in downtown Detroit. I was just drinking a shitload, hanging out, and it started to become very clear that I was going to just do that forever. And I thought, I can't be that. And I felt in some way that I was supposed to do comedy. I felt that way in high school, but I was too afraid to try it because I'm hysterical.
Oh yeah.
Right. I really wanted to do stand-up, but I was just too afraid to do it in Detroit. And I thought, if I move all the way across country, I'll then have to do it. So I did. I moved all the way across country. I lived in Santa Barbara for 1 year. I hated it. I then moved to LA. Well, while I was in Santa Barbara, I tried it once. I did stand up in LA. And it wasn't as terrible as I was fearing it would be. And so then I moved to LA in '96 and auditioned for the Groundlings. So I started taking classes at the Groundlings, and I also started going to Santa Monica College.
What was your major?
Anthropology.
Do you think that has had a great effect on your acting? And
I don't think anthropology has anything to do specifically with how I approach acting, but it does. What I believe in acting is I have 38 years practice being Dax Shepard. I've been practicing. I want people to like me. I want people to love me. I want people to believe me. I want people to fear me. I want people to trust me. I want people to, all these things I want from people, like we all do.
Right.
And I've been honing how to get all these things I want. And so I'm now good, or good enough. I got most of the shit I want.
Yeah.
So I would say anthropology hasn't informed my acting as much as it's informed me as a person, and then I try to bring me as a person to what I'm doing.
Right.
I read an interesting Franco quote. Uh-oh.
Hey guys, how's it going?
Hey, hello.
You just interrupted my interesting Franco quote, which everyone was dying to hear.
I'm sorry about that.
What's your name?
Daniel.
Daniel Dax.
Pleasure to meet you. How you doing? Well, welcome to Camo Speed. You guys ready to do some racing today?
Oh, we're racing
Absolutely. Yeah,
I
we're racing.
thought we were just
Lounging.
talking, you know.
All right. Tell you what, you guys are going to be doing the Mini GP today. We'll get started with your qualifying rounds right now.
Okay.
But before we even get started, we need to do some safety rules, go over that, and then we'll get you guys going.
Who do you think?
I'm telling you who won this
The
race.
very first scene that we shot was me making a long speech to Robert Downey Jr. and Robert Duvall. The harder things get for me, and the more you're forced to really dive in, the better I do.